So today I'm going to be working on the next round of my blanket. This is the blanket that I was working on for the Alzheimer's Association auction, and I'm still working on it. So, yep. Sorry, I did not mean to come in this unprepared, but is anyone really surprised anymore? Don't answer that. Don't answer that. So going to grab the right yarn. And start from the corner. I don't know what's going on with my voice right now. Trying to get off the wrong hand. Not fully sure how I was supposed to end this row. I didn't watch the video, so. Doing that whole figure out as you go thing. Okay, so we're going to chain one. And in the chain 5 space, we're going to do a bunch of different stitches. Double crochet, triple crochet, and then back down. Because of how I have this yarn in this, how I have this yarn situated, it's not pulling from the center, it's wrapped around the outside, so tension is causing a bunch of squeaky noises on my hook. But it happens. So I hope everyone is having a good evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. Let me know what you're up to. I have been doing laundry today. Always exciting, right? Still currently doing laundry. My bedding is in the dryer, so I'm gonna have to step away at one point to pull that out because my apartment complex, we share a washer and dryer. Just is. Okay, I'm gonna move this because I keep looking in the wrong round and it's gonna fuck me up. But yeah, if you're working on anything, let me know. I also have enabled the community tab. So if you want to share a picture of that, you can share on my community tab on my page. I would love to see your work. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I live vicariously through you all. There's just too many projects, right? So I live through other people who've got time to do projects that I don't have time or patience to do. This is interesting. Hey, Adrian, how are you? I didn't see if you went live yet or not. I didn't know if you were going live. I know Crystal's under the weather. I thought it was like the complete wrong day, and I was like, because we were planning to go do our like Halloween on Wednesdays and Fridays, and I was like, hey, like, you know, can you go live today? And it took me like a couple hours to realize I was just in the wrong day. I feel like I've been in the wrong day all week, so I don't even know where I am. But it happens. I guess. I don't know if that's a normal thing to happen to people. I feel constantly lost. Are you working on anything fun? Live for a bit at 9. Now I don't. So you're in Texas. I don't know your time zone actually. Very tired. Yeah. I just feel like it's been one of those weeks that just like I feel like it's kind of kicking everyone's ass. At least from what I've experienced and what I've seen for other people. It just seems like one of those weeks where, like, oh my gosh, give me a break. Hey, Bonnie, welcome in. Live at 7 my time, same as Crystal's. Okay. I didn't know that. Good to know. Good to know. Cool. I can't keep track of. I can't even keep track of my own live time. So clearly, I don't even know what fucking day it is. So I'm always impressed when people just know uh, everyone's schedule. Because time is not my friend. So I am working on the blanket that I was working on for the Alzheimer's Association auction, and I had talked with someone who was planning on buying it. So hopefully, um, we can I can finish it and I can donate that money to Alzheimer's Association. Yeah, I'm just doing my best. Time is not something that's not never gonna be a construct that is solid in my mind. Um, I have pretty notable time blindness, so migraine's so bad I was nauseous. Oh no, it's for the migraine, which made me more nauseous. Oh, insult to injury. Then I took meds for nausea and spent the whole night dry heaving. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Did you manage to get some sleep at least? Oh, that's the worst. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And I know there are a lot of like weather systems happening like everywhere, so I know that those affect most people who have headache issues and migraine issues, but also you can just have a migraine that comes out of the blue. Um, ugh, do not, I do not wish that on anybody. Why am I extra gravelly today? I'm not really sure what's going on there. Thank you so much. I mean, this particular crochet along that I'm following along with, I really like that it has written parts, and then it also has a video component that goes side by side. So if you're not quite sure or anything like that, you always have another way to reference it. This and I've never worked on a mandala project before, so there was a lot of things at the beginning where I was just like, I don't understand what you mean, and so being able to watch it was really helpful. And you still had the migraine, of course. It's tricky bastards. Oh, yeah. I Yeah, I think I mentioned that my ex has chronic migraines, and like I I'm forever in awe of people who can, you know, do anything to survive those. They are brutal. Um, yeah. So sorry you're going through that. I hope it gets better soon. Like I would I would not be as as cool as a lot of people I know who experience them. I would be very uncool, be very unwell, both physically and emotionally, mentally. Nope. Nope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. Okay, let's see. Single crochet in 7. This is where I'm supposed to go. 2. They go hand in hand with the seizures. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Just like one usually like lead to or like precipitate like another, like if you have one, like you're more likely, like you kind of, it's like an early warning sign of the other. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I've heard some people with some seizure disorders talk about things that are coming up, or that like auras and stuff like that they experience. I know like people can have like auras before migraines, although I don't know if those are the same auras or not. Kiwi hates the migraines because he ends up sitting in silence in the dark all day. Yeah, I bet. I bet that's, yeah. It's hard for an animal. Yeah. Hi Rita, welcome in. So I'm working on this blanket. I just started a new row. I'm on round 41 of this blanket. So 4, 5, 6. Are you working on anything today, Rita? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that question extends to anyone else. Skip 2. And then V-stitch in each double crochet. I'm trying to remember like what is like I can't remember which part of the stitch is. I think that can't tell if I need to go back or not. Yeah, I think I need to go back. I'm gonna watch the video just in case. Sorry, I missed a little comment. Let's see, not always, but if I have a grandma, I definitely get a 3-day migraine. My aura is more like a strange sense of lost time. Working on your hexy cardigan. I don't want to do anything that requires actual thinking. Yep, I understand that. Miss one little thing in this damn Tunisian and it's screwed up. Yeah. Yeah, some things are like that where it's so critical that you like have to pay attention to everything, that it's a little bit more pressure, which is always. Yeah, sometimes you just need those like relaxing projects that you really don't have to think about. done making dinner and working on your ivy cardigan. Ooh, I don't know what the ivy cardigan is. I'm so bad at keeping up with all the projects that everyone's doing. But I always love seeing them. They're so awesome and everyone's so creative. It's so fun to watch. Want to start something new for a while. Yeah, I understand that. When you've been doing the same thing for a while, you're just like ready to move on to the next project. Through 9 through 16, 13. I have to really pay attention if I don't forget about it. Yeah. There was one particular row of this that I had to do like several times, and then I undid a couple rows back and did those a couple times, and then I just had to take a break from it because I was like, I'm gonna just light this thing on fire if I don't get away from it. Please get me away from it. So yeah. Sometimes, yeah, you just have to take a you either take a break or you just like, need enough time to like reset, because having to redo it all over again. I'm giving up on that one. The Sophie's Universe. Oh yeah, isn't that the one that like everyone has trouble with? That's what I've heard, at least, I think. Okay, so let's see. One Way Yarn. I like how it's coming out, but I think it's going to take me a year to finish. Yeah, that is skinny little yarn, but I bet it's beautiful. I bet it's gorgeous. Yeah, sometimes fresh eyes help. Some people can like power through. Sometimes you can power through, and then sometimes you just need to put it down, take a little break. Sometimes that helps, but it's different depending on the project. And put some closed captions on. Gonna make them bigger than like this tiny little bit, because I cannot see that. You put it down for a little while. Okay. Yeah, hopefully that helps, and you can kind of get some perspective that you know you couldn't get while you were right down in the muck. Hopefully. So I'm rewatching the video to see where I need to place. Well, I'm watching a new part of the video, but see where I should be placing the single crochet, because I don't think I placed it right initially. So I just want to make sure with what is in the video. And again, why I'm glad that there's both the written and video instructions. Tunisian Cardi I've been working on for the last 3 years. Yeah. It's just, it's sitting. I had so many projects that I did that I don't think I was ever going to finish when I left North Carolina, but some of them I would have, but it just was too much. It was just too much. I could have probably weeded out some that weren't going to get finished. Thank you very much. It's coming together. I took a extended break from it to work on other things, and especially like when I was working on the cardigan order that I was working. It's all about the journey, though, right? 3 years, but 3 years of journeying to get it done, be happy with it. So I'm just checking my laundry. Oh, it does. Sorry, I'm trying to multitask and I suck at it. One of these days, how close I am to finishing it when I do pull out. Yeah, I've been there too. I'm like, why didn't I just finish this? But when I ask questions like that, I often realize, okay, yeah, I totally went to the wrong stitch. Called it, but wanted to check. Okay, so let's get back to it. One of the halfway done at least. I'm on the other side for that granny square cardigan. Yeah, I don't know what it was about this particular granny cardigan that I did most recently that was just like grinding my gears and it just felt like it took like 8 times as long as it normally does. But oh my gosh, I was like, I'm never gonna get this done, and I just would not shut up about it. Which I'm sure I don't have to tell anybody who watched the videos that I would not shut up about it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, see, I always have a couple projects going on at a time usually, but it's just how my attention span works. I work better like that so that I don't get grumpy and feel trapped by one project. And I mean, I respect anyone who can work on one project at a time and get things done faster. But I think my brain's like hardwired to multitask and want to multitask. Um, could I fight it and do otherwise? Probably, but am I happy or doing more than one project at a time? Usually, just depends. But then when I do run into problems like I can't get past like that row or something like that, then I feel like I can put it down, stay busy, keep my hands going, but I don't have to, you know, I don't have to stop moving to make progress. I can still be working on a project. Yeah, my brain can never pay attention. I have a short attention span that I just have to keep moving to something else. But I understand how everybody's different with that one. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong round. So I knew I'd do it. Cool, cool. 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now I ended up in the wrong stitch again. I don't understand how I skipped 2. The fuck? Fuck. That's my spooky. What the fuck? Oh, wait, no, this is. Okay. I get it. We're not doing the same thing. This one. I always have to like double check what the front post double crochet is from this person's perspective, because it's not how. Hey Carrie, welcome in. I read no live. If you're talking about like what I had scheduled today, I didn't have a live scheduled today. But I'm working on a very special blanket. But yeah, this person, what they call a front post double crochet, is opposite from what I had been told a front post double crochet was. So both their front post and their back post is opposite what I understand them to be, but I'm going with what they want rather than what the name convention is, because it's just about the ultimate like look of it, right? It's not about what it's called. So I'm just making sure that I'm doing the right stitch, regardless of what it might actually be called. And I might be understanding it to be wrong. I don't know. I've been wrong once or twice. Oh, so that post was yesterday. Yeah, the post that post was yesterday, because Crystal and I were gonna go live on my channel. I think it was yesterday, because Wednesday, right? So Wednesdays we were gonna do my channel, work on the Halloween, the crochet along for Halloween that we're doing, but there are just some extenuating circumstances that we decided to cancel the live. I did go live for a little bit last night, but it was super short. It was like 30 minutes, just to, but it was a lot later, I think. But yeah, that was yesterday. Yeah, and today I didn't have anything planned. I just wanted to go live and crochet, work on this. Look at how pretty. I mean, I've only done half this corner, but look at how nice the colors are. Sometimes I'm like, was it a good call to do variegated yarn? And other times I'm like, yeah, it was. Just is how it is, you know. Let's see. So, let's see. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was right. I just like skip whole lines of text. Just like I don't even see them. They're just gone. Selective site. And I don't select it. I don't know who's selecting it, but it's selective for sure. Just miss whole big segments. Growing up, my mom would always accuse me of having selective hearing. And I'm like, well, I'm not selecting it. But it made when I told my mom as an adult that I got diagnosed with ADHD, she's like, yeah, no shit. She was like, I'm not surprised. She was like, you used to, and like cleaning my room was always like this monumental thing, right? Because like um I would get sidetracked and it would be difficult to get get things back together. About frying codfish, and I said, really don't eat fish, but I googled it and he knows how to make it now. Nice. Teamwork, right? Making the dream work. And she was like, yeah, you would, you'd be in your room for hours, and I told you to clean your room, and you'd be in your room for hours, and then I'd come in, and the only thing you would have done was take your books off your bookshelf, and then you had been spending the whole time putting books back in the bookshelf and then taking them all down because you couldn't figure out how you wanted to put them up. And like I would just spend hours on that, which is like textbook ADHD hyperfocus. And like, but just like I just made more mess when I tried to clean, which is just exactly how things were. So, and I still catch myself like my version of cleaning things is having to take everything out, but then I get overwhelmed and I stop there. ADHD. It's freaking awesome. When people are like, you have a Ferrari brain, I'm like, whatever. It's like the Ferrari brain with like a Ford Pinto mouth. just does not work great. But okay, sure. And what's super cool is I found out this week, this has been a not great point of contention. So if you don't like ADHD meds, I'm just going to have you keep those thoughts to yourself for a little bit because I'm going through it right now. They're not for everyone. I think they are for me, but my psychiatrist is like, oh, well, you have these other problems, so we're going to take you off your ADHD medication just to make the other problems potentially better. And it's gonna like my life isn't hard enough. It's just another. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people like know someone new would have been tough. I mean, iconic car, no doubt, no doubt. But yeah, so so he's gonna, or he has taken me off that medication, and it's just gonna make my life a little bit more challenging to get things done, but don't really feel like I had an option there, so it just is what it is, but I'm not happy about it. Life's just like that sometimes. Okay, so go M7. Sharon? I don't know why I said it like that. Well, there's other things, Bonnie. It could make sense, but there's just not a lot I can do about it because of other factors. But yeah, in the conversation we had, it was especially with it being like with it being Disability Awareness Month, and I've been doing that series on my makeup channel, and so I've been thinking about all these different types of things, and also like I don't know how to explain that, but just with it being Disability Awareness Month and how I've been doing things involving that and talking about it pretty frequently, one message that came out of this week with my psych was, if your meds work so well, why are you still disabled? Which is a pretty hard thing to explain to someone who doesn't know that this is the best you've been in a very long time. And won't continue some of the medication you've been on because of certain reasons. Reasonable reasons, but still, it's like, well, you're fucking cutting off my leg and being like, why do you still limp? Yep. Yeah, it's just not that easy. It's really hard to find a psychiatrist who can work with complex bipolar cases. You don't really know who you're getting, and you don't want to seem like you're doctor shopping, because then no one will write you prescriptions. Don't even deal with them. It's just not a choice. Yeah, it was Adrian. It was incredibly like, I don't know. I had several medical problems, including a traumatic brain injury that, I didn't get back up from. Thanks, Bonnie. But, at the end of the day, it's like not many doctors are gonna, it's just, I don't have common severity and responses to medications, and therefore it must be me and not other things. But it's pretty I don't know. It's just a big thing, but finding a good psych is really hard. And I had found really two that I liked in North Carolina, so that those were hard to leave. Yeah. It's like, I can still have severe symptoms being on these meds, but I'm far less likely to have them. The thing about mental health medications is, and most medications, depending on the thing is, or what you're taking them for, is like they don't prevent 100% of your symptoms, or that these things can happen. Makes it less likely or less severe or something like that. It doesn't mean that you're off the hook. And and anyone, and I don't think that that's what he thinks, but to the point that I should be disabled, having to explain again why I'm disabled, because I had all these, I had everything that I'm disabled with now. I had them before. I just had my thyroid fail, and I got a traumatic brain injury, and then nothing was the same after that. And sorry, and multitask and story time. But it's like, well, those aren't like common enough things that increase the severity so bad that someone now becomes disabled. And what some of my conditions look like are not textbook. When things aren't textbook, people go, even though I could get and have been diagnosed by like 1.5 million doctors with the exact same thing over and over again. But anyways, so it's just a hard week of yeah, and it's not like, well, if those meds were working, you wouldn't have any seizures. You would be totally fixed. You would be great. And I just think that like, yeah, sometimes I'm just like, I don't know how to talk to these doctors. And if you don't look at me, if you look at me as someone who like should have these specific responses to medications, and if I don't, then that like you're like throw your hands up and like, I don't know. It's like, well, they're complicated. Attorney says it's because unless I'm seizing, I function fine. That's wild. And that totally contradicts. I mean, I'm glad you're here educating us. You didn't have to, but I appreciate it, because I always thought that most people with seizure disorders pretty much get disability a lot easier. I won't say easy. Nothing is easy revolving disability, right? But like, because you can't drive usually, with most people who have seizure disorders, and you don't know when they're gonna show up. You don't know what recovery is gonna look like, things like that. So, your ability to work is inconsistent. Your ability to go elsewhere for a job is inconsistent. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. I know that the journey to disability is not an easy one. I had a lawyer help me with my disability, and luckily I was throwing everything at them. And at one point they're like, your file's huge. Like, your file is huge. And they yeah. So eventually during the yeah, but like, I mean, you can't, if you have a seizure on not just not being able to drive, but not being able to take public transit, because you could have a seizure while you're in public transit. Also, Uber is very expensive. It's not reasonable, I think, for most people to take that every day. But I mean, they're always looking for any excuse that you could do it, but that you could hold down a job in the U.S. economy, right? That's the point of disability, is that you could hold down any job in the U.S. economy. So they're looking for literally any excuses. And sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, like, really? Like, that's what, sometimes they're grasping at straws, what you could actually do. Since your dad pays all your bills, they have no reason to give you disability. That's bullshit. It's not about if you could if your bills can be covered by someone else, that's not what disability is about. Sounds on it like I don't mean to intrude in your business, but that doesn't sound like a good lawyer to me. Hey, Winter. Yeah. Give it a little bit to of my. Yeah, see, that's the thing. It's like not every place has sufficient public transportation, and if you had a seizure on public transport, what are you gonna do? And like, not to be like morbid, but like, it's like, it's what happens if someone can't pay for you? It's like, then you're in a position where it's like you're years out from getting any money at all, potentially. I know. I know. I'm not trying to argue that like anyone is not doing all that they can. Anyone, I hope it's very clear that I'm not trying to say that anyone who's trying to get disability is doing anything wrong here. Like, I really hope that that's not the message that it seems like I'm trying to convey. I'm just kind of speaking out loud, and so I hope that is clear, and I'm not being like disrespectful, or it doesn't seem like I'm taking things lightly, because it was not easy to get disability, and trying and failing to pay my bills. What? That's not my understanding of anything. Yeah, I think things went. I just wanted to make sure that you know that, because I could I could step back from what I'm saying, and see how it might seem like that's what I'm saying. But it also probably depends on SSI versus SSDI. Maybe, I don't know, because I was trying to get SSDI. Yeah, I don't know. From my exposure to things, these are contradicting some of the things that were said to me. So that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know. But, you know, I'm not a professional, believe it or not. So who knows? Let's see. Oops, let's yarn. Yeah, in SSDI they didn't. Like I know that SSI has the, or I think SSI has the marriage penalty, but I don't think SSD. Well, I mean SSDI did not have the marriage penalty when I was married. I guess technically I'm still married, but yeah. So yeah, if like your caretakers make enough money, I didn't think it. And also, don't. I mean, I guess it depends on whether or not it's a disability specific attorney or not. But my disability lawyer, they didn't get paid unless I got my benefit, and they earned a percentage of my back pay up to a certain dollar amount. Um, so you would think that they would want you to get that benefit, um, but I don't know if that's the arrangement that you have. Since my husband paid into SSI, I should be able to file against his retirement and get SSDI. Interesting. Wait till I'm 65. Okay. Hey Lydia, sorry, I almost missed you. Sometimes it like jumps a little bit. Trying to see things. Not good at following. Yeah, and I also don't know why why some people fall. I think you can also get both, but like I don't know why certain people would it, they apply for one and not the other, depending on your. Um, if you get it at 62, is it like? Because I know some things you can get early, but they do like the time value of money where they like take away some of that money that you're owed if you get it early. I don't know if that's the case. I was just asking. Best interest. Oh, oh, is that Texas law? And they're not capped on how much. Maybe that's what's going on. Oh God, that sucks. I hope that's not. I hope that's not what's going on. Even if it's in her best interest. Having a rough night. I'm sorry to hear that, Lydia. I hope your night gets better. It's just been a hard week, I know, for a lot of people. Well, yeah, that's what she said. Yeah, I know with North Carolina, and I think every state has their has a law on like the percent back pay, and then if there is a dollar amount, because I know in North Carolina it was percent back pay up to a dollar amount, fixed dollar amount. So I don't know if it's just that's state law or if it's just a standard. Tell me a no go right now. Yeah, I saw that you had crocheted. You posted something about crocheting for like a crazy amount of hours winter. So I believe that your body must be not feeling too great. But yeah. Okay, I'm going to take a brief moment to go check on my laundry. I will be right back. I'm going to put a screen up, but feel free to hang out and chit chat, and I will be back in just a few. Okie dokie. So, also, I was remembering that SSDIs for people who paid into Social Security. Just random. I was like, I don't remember the difference. I think that was part of the difference. Maybe not the whole thing, but part of it. didn't file the appeal in time. They threatened to close my case and I chewed her out. I haven't heard from her in a few weeks. Yeah. I mean, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope that doesn't impact it. I'm going to be thinking about you and hope that that process is easier. Or not easier. I mean, I hope it's easier, but hope that you don't have to start it from scratch. And hopefully that'll be a reminder that she needs to stay on it. Nice. Very nice. I got it over the door organizer myself, but it's holding all my yarn dyeing stuff, which I need to dip back into. Get started on that again. Thanks for being patient with me, everybody. I have a question. I'm getting plastic bottles for alcohol for my hands where it eats the bottle. Not quite sure what you mean, Lydia. Hi, the Crochet Queen. I'm good. How are you? Well, I'm here. But better. Better now that I get to hang out. Yeah, I was wondering if it was you, China, or if someone had taken your name. So I was like, is this China? Because I think at one point it might have said China the Crochet Queen, but I can't quite remember. But I'm glad I'm glad Bonnie I'm glad Bonnie knew. How are you doing, China? Okay. Well, I hope you feel better, Adrian. Hey, Zach, welcome in. It's for work. So what's happening with your hands is like alcohol from the bottle getting onto your hands, or is there alcohol that gets on your hands that you're thinking about putting in a bottle? I wasn't quite sure what you were. Took off today, so I'm just chilling. Ooh, very nice. We get some good relaxing time in. Just feel like it's been one of those weeks. I think I've said that like 18 times this live, but just been one of those weeks. I feel like we all need like a break. Just a good hard reset. Want lima beans again? Yep. Normal. Nice. Love lima beans. I love really most beans. They're all delicious. Mm-hmm. Ooh, nice for your candy. That's awesome. If you want to see what Winter's been doing on their channel, they've been making candy. No problem, Zach. Always here to help how I can. Not always helpful. You didn't ask for you didn't ask for that. But yeah, I try. I clean off dishes. I'm not by the sink. The kitchen is up front. Yeah, I mean, I imagine that the gloves are probably your best bet, but if you're paying for your own disposable gloves, I imagine that would rack up the cost pretty quickly. Um, but yeah, alcohol is going to get really drying to your hands, and also, you know, uh, it's not it's not ideal for keeping your hands clean. Yeah, it sounds like there's some people in the building who know much more about what uh, the best protocol is. So defer to their, I'll defer to their judgment. You can defer to whatever judgment you want. But yeah, I think there's not really anything that can substitute for washing your hands. Um, so I'm on round 41. I've finished one of the four sides, and I'm just going. Hey, Rachel, welcome in. I'm just going around and working on that. Okay, and now into the Just building up the shells. I am working on this. That's the back side. His front side. So this is a crochet along pattern that Hooked on Homemade Happiness did, and it's 10 parts. I'm on part 6, I think, round 41, and it's going to make like a throw size mandala blanket. I was starting this for I started this for the Alzheimer's Association fundraiser that I did, and so I think this has a home. I got a TBD bid. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. No, it's my first ever mandala, but luckily with having the written and the video instructions, it's pretty, it's not too bad to follow. Be happy to share the link. So this is the link that has all of the parts for the written tutorials and their accompanying videos. So it's nice to have both of those in case you get mixed up like I did several times. Thank you, Lydia. I haven't really been able to work on it for a little while because I've been doing other things. I had a commission for a granny cardigan, which that felt like it just took forever and a day. And then I've been also working on patterns for the crochet along that Crystal, Hook That Yarn, and I are doing, which I've been calling Halloween, because it's crochet along for Halloween. And we're going to have a bunch of smaller kind of bite-sized projects in that, so that anyone who wants to participate, you don't have to make this big commitment. You don't have to go buy a special yarn, like a ton of special yarn. You can kind of do it in any way that you want to do it, because we're all busy and or just can't commit to things like that. And so we're going to put together a lot of different smaller projects, which I think is how I would be able to do it. And I'm, planning on participating myself. So I think it should be a lot of fun to do. So far, I know. Let's see, I'm trying to think. I think Crystal did a bookmark, and then I've done a couple things. I did some fingerless knits. Oh, they're over there. I'm not getting them. They're too far away. Some fingerless mitts that are like slime or like a cauldron where they're like bubbling over. In another color, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle mask. Super easy, super fast project that if you don't have a costume and you need a costume element, you can just make that mask. Boom, done. And you can also use it for like any other superhero that has like a tie around mask. I am making a little fidget that's going to be look like a piece of candy. It's like this big. I already took it apart, but it's like a spiral piece of candy, and you can put marbles in it, and you can use your fingers to move the marbles around in the spiral. So I did that pattern. I started making a bat, but I wasn't happy with it, so I know at least 2 of the projects I'm going to do next. Not quite sure what I'm going to do on the bag. We wanted to have like a bag to be the first project so that you can put everything in there, or you can use it for, you know, giving away things for trick-or-treating, or just having it as a tote bag. And then the other one, I made this a while ago, and it's going to be with a really easy stitch. It's going to be with the V-stitch, but it's making a scarf that you can roll up, and it looks like a piece of, or like a roll of toilet paper. So it's kind of fits the, trick or treat like kind of theme with unrolled toilet paper. I don't know why we landed, both of us independently landed on toilet paper ideas. So that's fun. But yeah, we have a couple ideas that we are throwing around. One of these weekends, I will be off. A coworker and I are going to make flowers for the tables in all 3 dining rooms. Nice. Yeah, I made some flowers myself for the for a baby blanket. One of those like bouquet blankets where when you kind of bundle it up, it looks like a bouquet of flowers, but then you can lay it out, and it's a blanket with flowers around the edge. And oh my gosh, it's so many flowers. It's and I to think that I like was thinking originally, because that was the original idea for the crochet along, is that we would make like these bouquet blankets, and try like thinking about making them throw blanket size. So I was like, I'm gonna get started. I'm gonna see what that's like, and even just a baby blanket to make flowers all the way around are just insane. It's so many flowers. It's so many flowers, and it takes so much time. So I don't, yeah, pass. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's a really cool idea, Lydia, to put them in the dining room. I bet they'll look really nice. Thanks, Rachel. I'm doing all right. Better day today than, a couple days ago. So happy for that. It's been a long, weird week. And I know a lot of people are having their own difficult weeks. So we're just going to get through it together. Some weeks are just harder than others, unfortunately. But I appreciate you saying that and asking. I hope you're having a good week. I love this, how this frills hook kind of matches, like just enough with this project. I never tried to like match my hook to anything, and I don't have many of my furls left, at least not here. But this just happened to be the right size and was what I needed, and it just makes me happy to crochet with it using this and this yarn. It's pretty. $11 a day until the 29th at least. Oh yeah, that does make the weeks long for sure, for sure. Hopefully you're getting some good rest, and hopefully you'll get a nice nice mini vacation or something that helps you recharge a little bit after that. Yesterday, the hook broke and I had to unpack the furls. Yeah, I this is the only furls I've been using for anything. I pretty much have been using my clovers exclusively. You can crochet even faster. Cool. Yeah, I mean, typically my furls I crochet slower with than my than my clovers, but my clovers I crochet faster with than my furls. But this just makes the for this particular project, this is perfect. So I'm happy. I'm happy with this. I mean, I like furls. I just usually it's about getting stuff done because I got to get more stuff done and all that. So that's when I'm like, oh, I can't. I gotta speed up if I can. And because I'm just a very slow crocheter in the first place, I'm sure if you weren't as slow as me, which I think most people aren't, because they're, their hands and brain work faster than mine. Not a hard one to clear, but you crochet faster than I do, that's for sure. But like the thing is, I know I crochet, on the slower side, so it's not wildly surprising. I mean, I can say that anyone crochets fast, like relative to me, and it's true. I get sidetracked very easily, which is why like I get more done here online, um, because I've kind of I'm forced to focus on this. Um, Although sometimes with the chat, if the chat moves a little bit faster, and I'm trying to keep up, that makes it a little bit harder to crochet at any speed, really. know how this yarn situation happened, but I'm gonna pretend like it had nothing to do with me and I'm not gonna take responsibility for it. My brain just totally went offline. It was just like just staring at the pattern like does not compute, does not compute, does not compute, does not compute. Just over and over again. What happened? Oh, good question. So the dollar store trying to show my partner a box, and this girl starts telling me, no, buy the small one. Instead, they're better. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Good call. Yeah, it's always such an interesting thing when people are like, people step into your conversation and you're like, thank you, but no thank you. And yeah, sometimes that they don't stop and you're just like, didn't ask for this. Didn't ask for this. Just how it is sometimes. I never know what to do in those situations because I'm like, how do I get out of here without being like insanely rude? But like, I'm about to pop off. Like, I don't want to pop off. I'm trying not to pop off on this person, but like, I don't want to be that person. But sometimes it be like that. and try to be like, oh, like in my brain, I'm telling myself like this person probably has like the best. You bought the box. She told you not to get. Well, yeah, because it's what you need. You know your own needs. I didn't do a chain right there. I hope that doesn't bite me in the ass. I'll put a stitch marker right there, just to know that I forgot, just in case. I mean, it's literally only one side. But I'm so lazy. I'm so lazy. And let's see how it looks. Shit, I probably need it. That's okay. Not the case anymore. Yeah, anything with beading, really anything with crafts, it just all gets expensive, doesn't it? Like they know they can get us crafty folks. They're like, make them pay $1 million for anything involving this craft. Just can't win. And then you make something with that craft and it costs you $1 million to make, and someone's like, I can get that online for 25 cents. You're like, oh, those will be cool. Yeah. Luckily, intersex is almost entirely yellow, so, or gold, right? Technically, but yeah, be my pitch. Exactly. They know they've got us. Those will be cool then. Nice. Gotta love how many flags there are. And it's nice that everyone gets to feel represented. But oh my gosh, there's so many flags. So many flags. About fireworks? What about fireworks? Why would it suppress your chat? Why would it not let you talk about fireworks? That's weird. I don't know. I did not set that. That would be a very weird, specific thing to do that I don't understand why. Let's see. My foot's falling asleep. Sorry. That's literally almost every night here. It's always going on. Leads to a very fun game of fireworks or not fireworks. It's super thundery tonight, and it's raining. Yeah, that would be. Yeah, that's random. I don't know. People don't make sense to me. I keep on waiting for one day to be like, yes, everything that humans do, that makes any kind of sense at all. But nope, not a thing coming to mind. People are weird and do weird things. Sorry. Trying to. No, my foot's asleep. I mean, close. I mean, my foot's asleep or like falling asleep, and so I'm trying to get that pins and needles feeling out of it. Just uncomfortable. But when I just sit on the floor like this, it just happens. So I'm sure it looked very, very cute. I spent most of today thinking it was Friday. And like only to find out like maybe like 15-ish minutes before I went live that it was in fact Thursday. And yeah, I have no idea what's going on, what day it is, where I'm at. I'm just very confused. Oh, that brings me back some 3 days grace. My face said super itchy. Yeah, well, not the worst my face has looked. He's getting quite good. Oh, nice. Itchy face. Now I've been told I have a resting bitch face, but not a resting itch face. Let's see what I did there. Sorry. I hate me too. Yeah. That is itchy. That's very itchy. Yeah. Yeah, I think like when I was in school, I mean, the thing is like when you're in aesthetic school, they, you can't give like medical advice. Like, I mean, you can't as an esthetician, anyways. But because it's a medical condition, they would not have you be like advising people. But from my understanding, it's antifungals, resting pitch phase 2. Yeah. Um, and I think that's what is generally used, but I don't know. I know some people use like Head and Shoulders on their face, but and that helps them kind of a little bit, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could never tell someone to use that. You don't want to scratch your face. You gotta be careful. I feel like sometimes putting like a cold compress on the face or something can help with the immediate itchiness. I mean, you can't keep it on there for a super long time. You don't want to damage your skin, but it can help with some of the itchiness depending on what's causing it and reduce inflammation. That's my cat. She loves scratching things. Cats do love that. So I got this. I don't think I don't know if anyone here saw it, but because I repaired it on Zach's live. But so I got this this little letter board thing for the crochet along, and my cat. I was not aware that this was happening at the time, but my cat. It was like back here, and I wasn't paying attention, and my cat thought it was a place to clean his claws, and got his claw stuck in the felt. This is like felt over like a wooden, like a board. Thank you. um, but he got caught in it and started freaking out, and so he decided to run from the thing that his claw was caught in, and just like the letters just like flew everywhere. And then the felt came up from the board. So I spent part of, well, like a good portion of Zach's live one night just trying to fix this with my uh, library card and like going back into like the slats of it. So it managed to, it worked pretty well. I got this on Amazon. So this is for our Halloween crochet along. But yeah, he gets his claws stuck in things and freaks out because he's a little neurotic. I don't know where he gets that from. So now I have to keep that hidden from him so that he doesn't. It's okay, Zach. Because I do not want to have that happen again because that was stressful. I am glad that I was able to fix it though, because I had it for like less than 6 hours before, like probably less than 3 hours before it just was like, it just like exploded, and I was like, I can't even look at it right now. It stressed me out so bad. decided to come back to it the next day. And he didn't mean to explode it. He's just a cat. That's what cats do. 7 packs of neon beads now. Nice. That's fun. Whoa. I wonder if they purposefully I wonder if they make the same amount of roughly the same amount of color, of each color, or if they purposefully make colors that they know people typically don't use, so they'll have to buy more. I wonder. Ancient Aliens, very nice. Oh, that's super sweet. Thank you, Adrian. I hope you feel better. The multi-stitch. I don't know the multi-stitch, but I do know the peyote stitch. Or I knew the peyote stitch at one point. Yeah, they do take quite a bit. Quite popular. Yep. Naturally. As they should. Beep. Okay. In fact, there's random amounts of each color, so yes, you have to keep buying more. Mm-hmm. I remember when I was in high school and I was in a statistics class, when I was in AP statistics, and we did a project where we looked at the color distribution of different I think we actually I think we picked one color and we created a distribution off of that, what percentage of a bag was blue or something like that. And but yeah, it was just like all of us like opening up like bags and bags of like the mini like M&Ms, and like counting, recording our results. Did I see? I think I saw something about my smile being wonderful, but I don't know if you said something different. It's possible I missed it. I see the nice smile thing, which is very nice. Yes, I did see that. Thank you very much. That's very sweet. So I am crocheting a mandala blanket. This is from a crochet along tutorial. I'm trying to figure out the best way to do this. So this is what I have so far. So this is a crochet along that someone else did, and this is the link for the written pattern, the 10-part written pattern, and also the accompanying videos, so that if you learn better one way versus another, or you like to use both. Yes, we did get to eat the M&Ms afterwards. And so if you want to use both, you can. So I'm on part 6 of this, and I was making this for the Alzheimer's awareness. No worries. And yeah, so this I was making for the Alzheimer's awareness auction that I had, and someone said that they would be able to get it later in the year. So if it wasn't sold at the auction, they would be able to pay later. So hopefully that still was able to happen. And I know things come up and life is crazy, but if that's not the case, then I'll sell it somewhere else. But all that money is going to go to the Alzheimer's Association. So excited to be able to do that. It's always, it's an important charity for me to work with. I know a lot of people, including my own family, have connections to Alzheimer's or some kind of dementia, and so working with the Alzheimer's Association is really important to me. And the dark purple is, or the kind of royal purple is the Alzheimer's Association or Alzheimer's ribbon color. So I picked colors that would, I thought would go nicely with this. Also, I usually do like darker or like Halloween colors or like neon colors. So I picked colors that were totally kind of against my typical color palette. And I'm really glad that I did, because I think this is really cool blanket, and I never would have picked these colors otherwise, but I wanted it to be more appealing to kind of everyone. So I didn't go with like dark or anything like that as I usually do. but I've been working on this particular blanket off and on for a few months, especially when I was getting ready for the fundraiser. The fundraiser almost got put off because I had been sick for like an entire month leading up to it. I wasn't able to work on the blanket nearly as much as I wanted to. And I just felt awful all the time. Yeah, M&Ms are good. But we ended up going through with the fundraiser. But this one has not officially been sold. Okay, so we are getting to the end of the second side. My favorite candy. I have mine right here. And just like a subtle, petite, bag, hot tamales. I just love tossing a bunch in and just feeling the rage of cinnamon on my tongue. I really like that. Yeah. But let me see. What else do I like? Cherry blasters. What are those? Sound cool. What's yours, Rachel? Sour Patch Kids are excellent. An excellent choice. I don't know what cherry blasters are, but they sound good too. So I got some tea in today, and like the tea that I ordered on Juneteenth, so like June 19th, I got my tea in after it like not making it here, whether it was stolen or just didn't get delivered to the right address. So I'm excited to try these. I don't know what those are either. I don't know what Maynards are. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe we call them something different here. But yeah, I got 3 different types of tea after talking to customer service and like actually getting a hold of someone. I was able to get them to send me some, and I'm excited. I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna make a video of me trying the tea and like talking about it, but I'm not quite sure. I tried the peach black today, and it was very good. It was very good tea. And it's loose leaf, so it just tastes like fresher and like, ooh, Reese's Cups. Rachel, you so naughty. Their brand. Okay. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Um, I don't think we have them here. Um, what are what are the what are Reese's panties? Like, what part of the Reese's would that be? Like, is that like the bottom? Are you taking the bottom off? Rachel, you're just being naughty with your candy. I love that. I can eat like half a peep, maybe one peep, and I'm like, okay, this isn't bad. And then anything more than that is like torture. I do not like them. It's like, I understand in theory. I like marshmallows. I like sugar. I should like these, but I just something about them tastes very like chemically to me. You just wanted to say that you were taking off the Reese's panties. I also really like the um, I like nerds and like nerds clusters. I don't eat much. Um, I don't eat much candy. You know, I'm more of like a savory person, and then also I just try to be good with my rationing of money in the food department. Um, and not to say anyone who eats candy and stuff isn't like that, but just not as high on my priority list as other things. But like I do eat more like savory things, I think, generally speaking. So just so I don't sound all high and mighty on this one. Oh yeah, chocolate Santa. Yeah. You know what I really like? I don't even know if this counts as chocolate. I feel like I've heard it's not real chocolate, but like if you get like an advent calendar and there's the little cheap chocolate in that, like the cheap advent calendars and the cheap chocolate in there, um, I love that. I love that chocolate. I don't even know if it is chocolate. It's so good. Was not expecting that neck crack. It just came out of nowhere. That's class right there. Head first. That's how you get him to shut up. You just head first. I'm sorry, Zach. Life is hard. But start a floor bead mix like Mood Candy does because they fly everywhere. Is that just like whatever falls to the ground? It's that becomes like its own collection of beads. Finished this bag you started a month ago. Oh, what are you doing with the bag, China? But yeah, I understand the the struggle of just trying to get stuff done. I really need to start designing the bag that we're gonna do because that's our first project and it's gonna take me probably the longest to design. But I'm not really sure what I want to do yet. Whether or not I want it to be a mosaic or a tapestry style. Hey Sam, welcome in. How are you? Okay, so finish the corner. Doing Nintendo. Oh, very cool. That's super cool. That's super cool and really, really smart. Yeah, because it's so easy to lose all of the little parts that you need. Smart. I like that. 5 days off. Nice. Sam, are you asking me? Are you asking everyone else? I am working on a crochet along from Hooked on Homemade Happiness, which I can share the link with you if you would like. This is free and available with written pattern and video tutorials as well, which is helpful because I would be lost with just one of those things for sure. And this is the link for what I'm working on. Nope, I only posted half of that. That's not a link. Oops. There it is. Boop. This is the third side of the blanket. Did you say what you were working on, Sam? Might have missed it. You got the pattern, you'll probably just make a cowl or something. That'll be really pretty. It'll be really pretty. Just playing Animal Crossing. Nice. I never played that, but I heard it is a lot of fun. Also, I never had a Switch, so that probably was a factor. I think if I did ever get back into gaming that was not on the computer, I'd probably be with a Switch. But even though I was like a console gamer for a long time, I think that probably would go that route. It's just nice to have things be portable. Township, don't know what that is. Finding is a note. When I went back home and visited my friend, we played Stardew Valley, which is so cute, but I am so bad at like that type of like menu select um, games. It's so like not intuitive for me that it was borderline unbearable. I was like, you know what? The glimmer's wearing off real fast. Okay, Rachel, thanks for hanging out. So this is my Furls H hook. I don't remember like what coloring this one was. It's the one that's like blue, pink, purple, and white. This is I was gonna use an H hook because that's what the pattern calls for. I can show you here. Kind of matches with my project. But I liked this better for this project than I did my my clover. So it's my first time using a furls in quite a while. I don't gravitate towards them for most of my projects recently, so it was nice to be able to pull them out for this. Just kind of whatever suited the project best. And what was this? I don't remember. Yeah, I know that they're called different things and stuff. Yeah, I know. You're a aluminum hook person, I think. And I just know you don't do furls. You mentioned it before. 5, 6. It's cool. Everybody gets their preference. That's why there's so many different hooks available. Yeah, because my wrists hurt more when I don't have an ergonomic hook. But I am faster, even with taking the breaks that I need for a clover. I'm really slow with the other options. Oh yeah, I've heard of those. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard those are good. I haven't bought hooks in a while. Like, between these two, I can get everything done that I need to, which is nice. Okay. Yeah. You've said that before, Bonnie. You don't have to. No one's making you. Yeah, see, I choke up on the hook. I choke up on the hook head as well. It doesn't have a thumb groove, but I can do it on this particular throat just fine. But I know everybody's different with how they hold their hook and everything and what grasp they have. Um, I got gifted my first one by Granny D, and I at one point had some money to spend money on these hooks, um, and got them. And I like them for some projects. For some projects, they make sense. Some people, it's like their everyday hook. For me, it's definitely not my everyday hook. But on this project, it's been amazing. Like this is the ideal hook for me for this project. I mean, good for you, Bonnie. I don't know. People doing what they want. But I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's really an investment for people who this hook style suits them, right? Just like with everything, right? Like some people like they're not gonna buy expensive yarn ever, and some people they buy expensive yarn because they choose to invest in that, and there's no wrong way to do it, um, and but there's a respectful way to address people who choose to do things differently than you. So I think that's just important that we maintain that because you can do things differently. There's not one right way to crochet or to buy things, even if it's different from you. Bonnie, I don't feel like that's a very kind thing to say. Zach has crocheted. I'm not trying to call you out in a big way, but I feel like that's not, it's not, that's not nice. It's possible that you didn't mean it that way, but just telling you how it looks. I agree with what you're saying now, Bonnie, is that we don't all choose that. And I think we're all kind of on the same page with that. But I do feel like you did say some things that were not um, particularly kind and were a little pointed. So it's just like, you know, be respectful of how other people choose to spend their time and money, and don't discount um, them. And this just goes for everyone, just kind of making a blanket statement, right? Is that, you know, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're all going to go through crafting, and like us as crafters, we kind of like most of us tend to be slight hoarders, right? Like just in like a little sense, and there's something about this craft or this hobby that we get pulled into more or less, and maybe that's the hooks, maybe that's the yarn, maybe that's something different, maybe it's not any of that, and it's something entirely different. Um, but I just, you know, I if someone like, you know, I think fostering a kind conversation is more important than having a different idea of how things should be. Um, but my wallet disagrees with me. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, like we would all love more money to to be as experimental as we can be with trying new things and whatnot. But um, unfortunately, you know, that's not always the case. Okay, it's all good. I will be here on your phone, or not on your phone, if you don't want to get on your phone. glitter pony beads at any store in my area. Yeah. Oh yeah, those would be cool. Oh, that's so nice, Zach. Winter is in Canada, yes. Oh, I bet that's so satisfying. I haven't done that in so long. Okay, so I'm rounding the iridescent things. I know, yeah, it's so like so interesting to the eye, tickles the brain. I don't know why I said brain so weird. Sorry. This is not looking right. Why is this not right? Okay, I see it. Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it. My last um my last row of the purple, I um I missed a pretty critical element. I have to undo this entire row. Mother. Oh, crap. Crap on a stick. That's a big one. That's a really big one. Damn it. Oops. Dollarama. A few beads, and then the letters are not good. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, so undoing this entire row. This is why you pay attention. I mean, Winter's probably the best person to ask about that, but if Winter, if you don't want to answer on live, you can message me and I'll message Zach. So just whatever works. had it okay. What the? Did I just undo all that? Oh wait, no, I didn't. I didn't have it okay. This side is fucked up side. Just scrape the top of my fingers where my tattoos are still healing. I can't wait to see you with your fancy stretch cord. Yep, just undoing the entire thing. Oh, I keep scratching my fingers. They're mostly healed, but they're not healed enough to be just like scratching myself. Like Egypt. I had Saturday and Sunday off, but I'm thinking about working Sunday. Oh, that's nice. Rainbow stretch cord, and it shows through the bracelet, especially. Oh, that's nice. But that's so cool. When I was beading, I don't know. It's just like, then I would, with that, I would be like, where would I hide my like knots and stuff like that? But I'm sure you have better ways than I do, where you would think ahead. I would not think ahead, and then I would be like, oh, you can see everything. Damn it. But I don't think it's surprising to anyone that you would think ahead for that situation that I wouldn't. Oh, the spirit of candy. Or plur. Does it have to be in a particular setting for it to be plur, or no? I actually don't know anything about that. Okay, back to row 40. Wah, wah, wah. One, 2, 3, 4. What is it an acronym for? I didn't even know. I don't even know. Oh, that's nice. Hmm. So winter makes, and winter can probably can definitely explain this better. Um, but bracelets popularized in like rave culture, but worn elsewhere. So that's what winter, part of what winter does on their channel. They do crochet and other stuff as well. No, actually, usually it's not. Not well. I mean, I guess it can be like but but no, it's a candy kid is usually a rave term, from my understanding. Again, winter's gonna explain this better. Winter help! I'm floundering. Are there any cheap hobbies? Like, I'm starting to believe that there aren't any cheap hobbies. Scotty, I just know this is gonna end badly. It's mostly your hair. It's mostly your hair. Came out of the dryer. What a trap. Hey, kitten. You want to see everybody? See everybody? I've seen a lot of fun fidgets and weighted blankets and all kinds of stuff with the pony beads and crochet. My big-eyed boy. Big-eyed boy. You good boy? You're good. Good boy. Yeah, he's so stinking cute. Hey, Zach. A little cutie. Can we get up here? He's a shooting star. but he's a cat. I had to undo 3/4 of the round that I had finished because the last row, the last row I did the corner, the second to last corner, incorrectly. So I was going to throw off everything. It was not a disguisable mistake. It was a big, big fat mistake. I think it's got a hair in my nose. What's up, Skytrick? What's up, my guy? Hey. No, we're gonna be nice. I don't want to have the conversation with you of why we don't eat cords. Children. Hey. It's a habit from his previous life that we're still in the process of breaking. Glow in the dark. I don't know why everything that he does is so cute. I mean, I know I get like this with pretty much all cats that I've had, and and my dog, but just like, oh my gosh, you're so cute. I think that's probably a normal pet parent thing. Now is the, I don't know if you can hear it, the nightly ice cream truck portion. At least gonna finish this side. Ice cream does sound good. Nice. Tell me to get mine on. Scotty's like, I found the cardboard. As long as it's not that sign again. Cool. Yeah, I found that the Lithium Pride and the mostly the Lithium Pride colors were harder to get all the colors for in yarn, at least. So it just took more planning. I think that they would be somewhere, but I don't know. I haven't looked at those kits. Do some work. Bye, Sam. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, let's see. We'll finish this thing up. Especially because you need them to be like variations, all of the same like hue. I guess is the right like. It needs to be all like different saturations of the same color. That's why when I did the cardigan that I did, I decided to take one of the Red Heart Super Saver, or two of the Red Heart Super Saver ombre colors, and then cut them apart and just like piecemeal like a lesbian pride flag out of that. So much work, and I had so much yarn barf, but it looked really good, if I do say so myself. Which I do, because I'm not looking back on that one. Well, I can't redo it, and the person who got it was very happy with it. So, or at least that's what they told me, which they don't have to say. So that was nice. Cause, yeah, I don't have that particular brain issue, but I have heard that's a particular particularly tough one to ignore when that is when compulsions or I guess obsessions are particularly loud. Yeah, that really took the wind out of my sails having to redo that entire row. Wah, 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 wah. Black and white. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, that's well, I think I'm gonna head out. Yeah, I have no advice for how to make that better. Um, but hopefully you can find something that works. I'm sure you'll think of something, but hopefully it's soon and you can have some relief on your brain. Because I'm sure that's, I don't know what word I'm looking for. My brain has nothing left. But thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I really appreciate it. And I hope you all have a good evening or afternoon or whatever time it is, wherever you are later. And yeah, I'll talk to you all later. Bye.